Praise God. I appreciate this. I'm going back to Ephesians 5 where Phil was reading. I just want to read one verse that kind of got jumped over, or it may not even be in the whatever version you're using there, that strange version. But no. But he was reading this in verse 29. It says, "For no man hath." I'm going to read it in the King James because in the King James it has this. It spells this out a little bit farther, but it says, "For no man has ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourishes it and cherishes it, even as the Lord the church." But then verse 30, it says, "For we are members of his body, of his flesh, of his bones." And that just to me, that helps me to realize that I'm connected. Not just this way, but I'm connected this way. And, I was sharing this in the men's meeting. I was always pretty independent, self-willed, did everything I wanted to do. Whatever came in my head, that's what I did before the Lord saved me. And even after the Lord saved me, there's that independence is still in us. We still have that somewhat. But I knew, I learned, and it's because I think of the analogy that Phil gave there of Chloe getting up and being able to walk, little babies being able to get up and walk around. How are they able to do that? Because it's in there. And I know that I knew that and I didn't have a lot of this truth at that time, but I knew within me that I could not have this relationship if this relationship was screwed up. It just wasn't there. And I knew I had to get this right before I could enjoy this relationship. And that is so true. Because we are, when you hurt one another, when we hurt one another, we're hurting ourselves, and we're certainly not honoring God. But I appreciate this. This is a great truth. This is a great truth that we need to understand and we need to see. In 1 John it says, "Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God." We really need to see that. I think other versions say has come in the flesh, and that's true. And it's true in this very same application if you understand it. But is come in the flesh puts it right in your face. It's present tense. Jesus Christ inhabits his body. He inhabits his people. And when we understand that when our brother comes to us and our sister comes to us, that's Christ coming to us in the flesh to try to help us to whatever, if they're concerned about us or whatever. We're able to receive that a lot quicker and a lot faster because we realize, God, that's you speaking to me. That's not so-and-so. That's not just somebody's, own opinions, but that's Christ come in the flesh. We need to understand the unity, the oneness that Christ sees in his church and in his body. I just appreciate this morning. I really do. There's a lot of truths, like you say, that we need to go back and revisit. That we need to, because we have had so many others come in and. But this is a wonderful truth, and I think this is one that we really need to latch onto and grab a hold of because we need to understand that we're not our own. We're bought with a price. We are joined to Christ himself in his people and in his body. Wonderful truth. Praise God. I appreciate it this morning.